Welcome riders. Today's video we're going to show you how to clean and lube your chain, take good care of it. We've already adjusted it on this bike. If you want to see that video, please click the link in the top right hand corner. You can see that video on how we adjusted this. Now, as far as cleaning a chain goes, this one is in pretty decent shape, so it won't be the end of the world. There are some tools you need to do this. I prefer one of these. It's called a grunge brush. It'll just save you the hassle of trying to scrub every one of these teeth by hand and things like that. It's just a headache if you don't have one of these, in my opinion. These aren't very expensive. If you have a motorcycle, just go buy one. You should be maintaining your chain enough that this will pay for itself. First things first, it's a lot easier to do this if you have it on a stand. Then you just spin the wheel freely and kind of do it all at once. If you don't have a stand, you can always jack your bike up if you can do it safely. You can always do it, just on the ground, a section, roll it, do another section, roll it, do another section. Nothing wrong with that, it's just a little more time consuming. So, first things first, I always get a piece of cardboard just to put kind of in between your wheel and your chain here. Just so you are not spraying stuff all over your tire. First off, you don't want to clean it off your tire. Some of this stuff is a mess, it's sticky, it's a pain. Second off, and most importantly, you do not want anything slippery on this rear tire. This is a motorcycle, you get something slippery on your rear tire, it's going to be a bad day for you. Trying to avoid that. So, shove a piece of cardboard back here, you can spin it, it's not going to hurt it or anything. Get you some chain cleaner. I always spray it with one hand, spin the wheel with the other hand as I'm going. I like to kind of get it up top so I can shoot down into like the O-rings and the chain links from the top. Do kind of a rotation or two like that, and then I like to get it on from the outside as well, so I'm just hitting the outside of the chain. Like that once or twice. Pull this piece of cardboard out. And this is where this brush comes in handy. Don't put it too close to your sprocket or too close up here. Just kind of put it right in the middle. If you don't have one of these, you can always just use a rag. Most important part about using a rag is if you're going to do it, watch out for your sprockets. Probably not going to get caught in the front one. It's very easy to get caught in this back one, and it hurts and it sucks. So, make sure that your rag is going the way you're going to spin the wheel so that it doesn't just ball your rag up. So for example, you can just grab it like this and then spin your wheel backwards essentially. Always want to spin your wheel backwards, because if you spin it forwards, you're going to pull your hand right into the sprocket. Once again, it sucks, it's not very fun. So spin it backwards, you can wipe it down if you have to use a rag. I'm going to use this because it's way easier. You can just put it on here, spin it. I always kind of pull this down for one rotation so you really get top of the chain, then push it up as far as it'll go, give it a couple spins, and then as well really push in on it as well to kind of get outside of the chain. Do all of those a couple times here. Take off as much as you can. And then I always like to use a rag at the end to really send it through, kind of get off all the big stuff, all the stuff that this didn't grab. I usually burn through one or two of these doing it, just because chains are usually dirty and usually it's a thing that people do not take care of. So, spin it a couple times. Change your rag around so you're not just taking it through the dirt that you wiped off. Really clamp down on the chain as well so you can get some of the dirt and stuff out of the grooves and everything. And then I always like to fold it up and put pressure on the outside of the chain. Once again, push in and spin it to really kind of clean the outside of it. make it look nice, make it look like you did something with your time here. And then same for the backside, because you don't want to clean this all up. I have the backside looking like trash, so kind of bring your hand under, push out on the chain again, and just spin it. And then that's about it as far as cleaning it goes. Now, for lubing it, once again, take a piece of cardboard, just stick it up here so you don't get lube everywhere, all over your tire. It's a headache, you gotta clean it all up. There are a million options for what you can put on, your chains. All of them work fairly well. I prefer chain wax. They make a chain lube. There's nothing wrong with chain lube, however, it is more of a liquid. You're supposed to spray chain lube on, let it sit for like a half hour. If you don't, we're gonna hop on it and ride this thing, and it's gonna be all over your tail section, it's gonna be all over your wheel. It's gonna be everywhere if you use chain lube. That's why I prefer the wax. It's a little more tacky, it sticks better, so you can spray this thing on, in 3 or 4 minutes. It's pretty solidified, it's not gonna fly all over your wheel, all over your fairings and everything. It's just better in my opinion. There are a million brands of it, but chain wax is the way to go in my opinion. Same thing again, we just want to spray down into it really well. And then get the outside of it. And then spraying down on it from this angle, you're kind of only getting this inside lip, so to speak. So I always like to come back to the rear of the bike. You gotta be careful because if you get a little off center, you're gonna spray it everywhere again. You don't want that. Spray in the back here, just hold it steady. Give it a couple spins. And that's that. And then just pull your cardboard out. And from there, she's nice and clean, ready to ride. Once again, if you use chain lube, probably gonna give it a couple minutes or it's gonna be everywhere. But if you use chain wax, you can pretty much hop on this and ride. It's not gonna drip anywhere, it's not gonna fly everywhere. And that's it as far as cleaning and lubing your chain goes. Hope you enjoyed it.